Good morning, guys. I'm Katie from Mystic Creek Farm, and it's been a bit since we've done a video, and so I thought things seem to be calming down a little bit, and so I have a little bit more time in my schedule, so I thought I'd start picking up videos again. I figured for this video I would just give you guys an update on where we've been, what we've been doing, what we've been getting done around the farm, and then in the next videos you'll see other projects and stuff that we're working on here. So I think our last video, I did one this spring greenhouse mega store, what we were getting, because I've had lots of people asking. But then before that, it was, I think, the end of pumpkin season, and we stopped putting out videos for a bit. Just too much stuff going on. My businesses are way too busy. I ended up selling one, so that gives me a little bit more free time. Not as much as I was hoping, because I was really working crazy hours, and so sleep, it's a wonderful thing, and I'm actually getting sleep now, so that's good. But things are hopping here on the farm, and I'm gonna show you what is going on. So this is kind of like my thing that everybody laughs at, but I have been landscaping here in front of the house because I have so much spare time now. I really don't. I've just been out here working a few hours as I have time available, and it's coming really well. I'm really happy with it. We did lots of hydrangeas and some hostas. We got some peonies from my mom. We planted some ferns back there. I bought them just from Farm and Fleet, so I don't know if they're gonna take or not. If not, I have more hydrangeas I could plant back there, or I could do ferns from my parents' house. They have established ferns. And then we have some lilies and irises. Next spring I'd like to put in some tulips if possible too. So that is what I'm working on. It's actually going to extend all the way to the other side of the house, but it's a project, and I just work a little bit at a time as I have the time available. The weather here has been very extreme. It's been either super hot and humid and yucky, or it has been cold. And tonight we're supposed to have freeze. Tomorrow night we're supposed to have a freeze again. I was feeling bad for not having pumpkins planted yet, but I'm so grateful that I didn't get it done, because freezing tonight, there's no way I could have planted them all. And it's going to be well below 32. I'm thinking in our area it'll probably hit 29, 30, just the way things have been going. Obviously, you can see behind me, we're still working on fencing. We have beautiful perimeter fence up and everything. And so now we are starting rotational grazing and working on smaller areas of fencing. We got all of the sheep moved into this pen yesterday so that we can get them out on this side to go rotational grazing, because we have stuff going on the other side. We did do lambing. I'm not quite sure if the girls filmed it or not. If so, we'll put that in a video upcoming. But we got 2 beautiful lambs, and we are gonna try a breeding for fall. So we already put the yearlings in with the ram, and we had a ewe abort right as we were shearing. And so we put her back into to see if she would take. If not, that's okay. They'll get bred for next spring. So this is Wally, our Bernese mountain puppy, and he is, I think, about 16 weeks old. We got him back in April. Oh, you're so excited first thing in the morning, aren't you? You helping do chores? Yes, you're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. Wally, sit. Good boy. You're ready to go, aren't you? Yes, you're such a good boy. And very energetic, but the world's best puppy, aren't you? You are. You're the world's best puppy. Yes.
And he's like, what about me?
Yes. Good morning. This is such a good puppy. And he is training to be an all-around good farm dog. Aren't you? Yes. Oh, do you hear Remy? He's upset, isn't he? First thing in the morning, Wally always has lots of energy. And then once he wears that off, then he just kind of is chill and relaxed the rest of the day, which is wonderful. You never know what to expect with a dog, with a puppy. And we were kind of expecting chaos and craziness, and he has been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It was super hot yesterday, so everybody's just chilling and relaxing. But over here we have the cows, and oh, they're all getting up now. Hold on and let me show you everybody. Well, they're all laying down. So we have our wonderful little herd here. As you can see, we have more cows and calves than what we did the last time we did a video. Patches, Lily's cow, and her heifer Pixie are right there. And we got 3 Dexter cow calf pairs, or 3 bred Dexters. And one of them, the one that's laying right there, actually lost her calf. She had a stillborn, but we had somebody offer us a bottle calf, and that's Lily's bottle calf. She's been getting up in the morning and at night, but she had been nursing off of Patches when we just had those 3, the bottle calf and Patches and Pixie, and she'd been nursing throughout the day off of Patches. And now that we have the Dexters, she's nursing off of them too. So we are starting to wean her down from the bottle, since she's nursing off of everybody except for Pixie, who is the not bred heifer, who is the heifer there. And so we are weaning her off of the bottle, or Lily's weaning her off of the bottle. That's her calf, her project. But everybody is happy and healthy, and they are in their first pasture to start rotational grazing. Our pastures aren't quite good enough. We've had a drought and severe rain shortage this year, and so our pastures are, I don't want to say they're rough looking, but they're definitely, we got some rain last week, and that helped. That helped shoot everything up and green everything. We're still behind for precipitation, and we are still delayed quite a bit. So we'll be doing hay bales in each of the rotations so that they don't eat the pastures down as much. But yeah, that's these guys. We knew that we would have to supplement with hay because our pastures just aren't good enough yet. And so that's just part of what we were planning, so it's not too much of a concern. We're gonna do the hay bales throughout just to make it easier, because then we can bring them and put them out, and then I don't need to get out the tractor every time we're moving the cows. So they're pretty content and pretty happy here, and we love having them. Yesterday was super hot and super humid, and so everybody is just enjoying the nice cool weather today. It's been a doozy. The heat has been, like I said, it's either been super hot and humid and windy, or it's been cool, cold, and maybe hitting 50, mid 40s for sure. And then at night getting down. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a freeze, and then we're gonna have a freeze tonight and tomorrow night. So the weather has just been goofy this year, but we're just dealing with it, and I'm trying to not let it stress me out. It has delayed certain things, like the melons. The pumpkins are doing great. The tomatoes are doing great. But yeah, the weather has just been really throwing a wrench in our plans. So then over here, we are getting ready for planting and everything. And we have lots going on. With the rain, all of this shot up. It was nice not having anything in here for a while. You can see we're bringing mulch in. This is to smother all the weeds and grass and get that ground leveled out a little bit more. We have more loads coming, but it just is taking a bit for us to be able to level everything out. And here we started an orchard. So we have 3 apple trees. We've got 2 McIntosh and a Zestar. And then down at the very end, I bought a pear tree, and so that's going there. Up at the high tunnel, that's all going to be mums. That's actually only about half of the space we need for the mums. If not, it might even be like a little less than half. So we have to bring the landscaping fabric down to about where those raised beds are. Those were from inside the high tunnel. And so over here, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to plant anything out here. I was originally planning on it. I wanted to do some experimenting with some different fertilizer and ground cover and using wool and that kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure if I'll get to that this year. There's just not enough hours in the day to do all of the things that I want to try to do. So I'm not quite sure if we'll have, I wanted to have the high tunnel garden, and then I wanted to have a garden outside, but I just don't know if I'll be able to get the one in, or get the one outside put in time. So we'll see. Maybe this weekend I'll have a little bit more time. And then right in here you can see I started putting in posts. Beck and I are going to build a little pergola, because eventually by the end of the summer we're going to have this whole area fenced in, because we do have a high deer and rabbit load down here. And so we are starting to build a pergola that would go over a gate, and so we're going to do a gate there. And then I got some grapes to plant at each post to go up over that. So I'm excited to get those grapes planted, but that definitely won't be until after this frost or this freeze that we're gonna have tonight and tomorrow night. So I feel like things are moving like in fast forward, and then all of a sudden the freeze comes. But I'm so grateful that I didn't plant a lot of the crops that would be susceptible to this freeze. I am slightly worried about everything I have planted in the high tunnel already, but like the melons, pumpkins, all that kind of stuff, I have not planted. Peppers I have not planted yet, and so those will be easy to cover. I do have tomatoes planted and basil planted. You'll see that in the next video, but those should be pretty easy, and I don't think that they'll freeze. It should be pretty simple to get those warm enough that it doesn't freeze in there, or cover them. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I have to see what I have left for landscaping fabric and plastic to see what I can cover and what I can't. Thankfully, I did not trellis yet, and so it should be fairly simple to get things covered if I have enough material to cover. And then the other project we've been working on is planting Christmas trees. So you can see behind me, we have our Christmas tree field, and this is actually where we had some pumpkins last year, and we have a lot of Christmas trees planted. We've done 2 rounds of planting so far this spring, and it has been keeping us very busy. And just when we think we might have a little bit of free time, then we receive a shipment of trees. So we have to kind of figure out for next year be a little more efficient, or maybe tell them a date that we need the trees by, so that we're not just getting random boxes of trees in the mail, or however they ship them. But we've gotten lots and lots of different sizes, as you can see, of trees planted, and they are doing wonderful. They're appreciating the cooler weather, and then when it gets hot, we irrigate them, so they are appreciating the water and the coolness and then the warmth. And I can't forget Beck's boat. He sold zinnias and marigolds this year, and he took the money he made from the zinnias and marigolds and he bought more plants to plant in his flower bed here. To remember, to remind him that we need to cover that tonight, because that would be last on my mind. So hopefully this reminds me to tell him that. So we have been busy, super busy, and just trying to get all the things done as quickly and efficiently as possible. And I feel like we're kind of at the point now where, especially with like the high tunnel and that kind of stuff, we've got the basics done, and now it's making things look pretty. Like I'm working on the landscaping, and I'm doing some long-term planting out in front, and gonna put up the fence and that kind of stuff. So I feel like we've gotten the minimum, which probably should have been done the first year, done, and we got things kind of figured out, and now we can like take another step forward. Kind of seems to be where we're at for everything. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.